Hi guys, this is Wenzes from Below the Radar Above the System, and now I want to talk to you about this quote from Maya Angelou, which states, "When people show you who they are, believe them the first time." And I've known this quote for a couple of years and never really thought much of it because I didn't like it, to be honest with you, because what it actually means is, and what the background of this whole thing is, that if somebody acts like an idiot around you, if somebody acts mean towards you, if somebody doesn't respect you, that you should just, believe that and then keep going. But, as an INFJ, for me, this is not an option. There's no way that I look at somebody and I don't think about what's behind this. This is naturally what happens for me. I see somebody, they act cruel, they act mean, maybe sometimes they act self-destructive. Whatever it is, I think, why are they acting this way? What is the thing behind it? And so on. This is a natural tendency that we all have, and we will never lose that. There's this awesome video I watched a while ago, and this man talks about a penguin, that he looked at that penguin and he thought, well, this penguin, poor thing, he doesn't have any legs and knees, and he's so slow, and so on, when he's walking, until he saw the penguin, in water, in its element, and he saw how well it can swim and how it can, just with a gallon of fuel, it could go, around an entire, ocean or anything, like a lot of energy can be saved, and it's just perfectly built when it's in the right environment and in the right flow. And once I saw this penguin, I just really realized how that applies to everything we do, and in that we kind of always think about what are the people, thinking, and why are they doing this, and so on. This is what our strengths are. We always do that, but it's not always applied, it's not everywhere where it's applied perfectly or where it's really meant to be at. So if you meet somebody, it's not maybe the best place to use all your gifts and to try to understand those people. Maybe you should use your gifts in something that is actually beneficial, or where people are actually looking for your help. Because the problem with wanting to do good for others who don't want your help is that it's, first off, most of the time it doesn't really work. I mean, sometimes you will see how you will have a good impact on people, but most of the time people will really, if they don't want to be touched in certain places mentally, if you're pushing something in their discomfort, they will do everything in their power to push you away, unless they actually either actively go and ask for that help, because those people exist, or the other way how this works is if you just piss them off so much and you show them your truth, and you hit them right there where it hurts, that their false ego breaks, and then they kind of get themselves out of there. But coming back to that quote, and why I started this, is that it is in a way disrespectful. It is disrespectful to not believe the other person. So if the other person acts like an ass around you, it is disrespectful of you to believe, well, no, you are not an asshole. You're a good person. You just have been hurt so much, and I'm going to be the one who saves you. I'm going to be the one who understands you, who will be the difference that will be in your life. We as human beings have a great need for certainty, to having a life and people around us that we can understand. And once you do that, once somebody acts like a complete idiot or bad, whatever it is, and you don't see that, or you pretend you don't see that, and you keep being nice to that person will go crazy, and it will be disrespectful, and they will keep on pushing and pushing, because what kind of world is there is that they act badly and then you're extra nice? What are you teaching them with that? You're teaching them that there's no effect on their behavior, neither bad or worse. And there's neither good or bad behavior. When they act good, you don't care really. When they act bad, you're really, really nice. This is not something that helps other people to learn who you are, to learn about themselves, and so on. And as I said, it is disrespectful, and I certainly didn't believe that at all. I always thought, well, I understand that person so deeply. I get why they're doing this because I'm concentrating on that person, that we're like best friends. When that other person, first off, doesn't know me at all, because I didn't show anything of myself. I didn't show where my boundaries are. I didn't show what I thought was stupid and weak, what I thought the other person did that I thought it was like, it's something I would never do. There was no judgment from my point at all. All there was just complete understanding, and in an understanding in a way of what's going on deeper down there when the other person didn't allow me to go there. You know, there's a difference. Just because you can see something, you shouldn't go there if the other person doesn't allow it. This is something I always took for granted, and I thought, oh, I can do that. No, you can't. Don't wonder why the other person is pissed off and doesn't want you in your life when you're intruding on something that they don't want to see. It's not your task to help them discover themselves, to find themselves, to go a layer deeper on, and so on. This is not your place. You need somewhere to apply your gifts. I get that. And when I say you, I mean mainly the person I'm talking to is myself, because I've done all those things. I've hurt myself. I've hurt the people around me. There's been so much suffering because of things I did for years and years and years. So now that I'm somewhere else, I know how to navigate that, and that's why I'm sharing that. But I did that. I went into other people's minds when they didn't want me to, just because I could. It's like you have like those special glasses and you can see through clothes and so on. Well, just because you can doesn't mean the other person actually allowed you to do that. You know, this is something that each person should decide for themselves. And if they act like you're an idiot, I don't want you around, and they treat you like shit, just because you can take it doesn't mean that you should look at the thing that's behind it. Understand, okay, this is how you want to act. This is who you are. I will believe you. I will give you the respect and believe you, because first, it'll help the person be certain. You know, be certain of, okay, if I act like this person is not gonna like me. Because in the end, you want the other person to be good to you, don't you? You don't want the other person to be badly all the time. You want them to understand, don't be a bad person towards me, and then I'll help you. And then I'll do that. But you do that because you go and be close to that person and go into their mind and want to help them and actually irritate them, because you bring them out of their discomfort when they don't want to, because you have a gift. This is who you are. This is your strength. You're that penguin who's actually in the Sahara, and you try to, swim somewhere, and then you ask yourself, why am I not, flowing everywhere? Why doesn't it working? Why do I have so much opposition? It's because you're applying your gifts in areas where they're not beneficial. They're not. They're beneficial in the water. They're beneficial where people are actually looking for it, where people are open to it, and those people do exist. It's just that it takes a while. You don't get the satisfaction right away, and you don't go for the most difficult situation, the most messed up person, and so on. You have to do it in a way where you're a little bit more distanced from it, so you're more objective, you're not personally involved, and then you can help. Then you can use all your knowledge to do something good and create something. And with all those people in your life who do something that makes you feel bad, show them that you feel bad. Don't be understanding all the time in a way of you let them do it. Be respectful towards others. Allow them to be who they are at that moment. Accept them for who they are and not for who you want them to be. You know how actually messed up this concept is of somebody's acting, whatever, how they're acting, and the only thing you see is their potential, who they could be in your mind? that actually shows that you're not accepting of who they are right now. You know, this is a really a need for people to be accepted right now how they are at this moment and not how they could be. Accept them as they are. Accept them that they're self-destructive right now. Accept that they're selfish right now. Accept whatever they are, and then do your part how you would act like towards that person. If you have somebody who's selfish and self-destructive and puts all that negative energy out onto you, don't see them as their potential and who they could be and have like a relationship with that potential, but have a relationship with that real person right in front of you and say, okay, the way you're acting right now doesn't feel good to me. I'm not looking into your direction. Period. And you'll see how those people will actually respect you so much more, because this is where they are in their journey. Please accept them for who they are right now and give them the attention, or the not the attention but the reaction that is adequate. You know, somebody acts nice towards you, accept that as a giving thing and be nice to them. If somebody wants to understand you, show them that you appreciate that, and so on. Have like positive relationships with people who are positive towards you, and the people who are negative towards you, let them be. They need to figure themselves out. In the end, you're not gonna save them. See, when I have those videos and there are people writing me how much I've helped them and so on, I'm really, really glad. I'm really happy, but they did this themselves. I'm just here and giving out information. I'm just giving out my personal experience and so on. The work has to be done by the individual themselves. So you have to be firm, as in, this is who I am, this is what I stand for. I'm not gonna look at that person as the potential that they are, but as they actually are, because this is the reality where I can really stay myself and not, go somewhere completely mentally that I'll break out of. Be somewhere and find a way to apply all your gifts in a way where they're needed, where people are open to them. And this can be in your daily life, just in general. And if somebody's really doing something that is pissing you off, even if it's self-destructive, you can get angry. You can get mad and say, your energy is really not good for me. It's not like you would go and say, listen, your energy is not good for me. What I do is I get really mad. I said, if I have this one friend who's constantly always complaining. This sucks and this is bad and my friends let me, and forgot about me and so on. And it's so self-destructive, and me listening to it just pulls me down. So I tell her, listen, I'm not having that. First off, I get pissed off and said, listen, you're self-destructive. Stop this. Do something about yourself. Stop hating your life and do something. And she actually really feels what I'm saying. And then she says, well, I'm not going to change, but I'm not going to bother you with that then. And then I say, good, that's also fine. Make sure that you live your truth. You live your truth and you find an outlet for your gifts where it's actually needed, wanted, and where people are open to it. If somebody is, acting badly because you bring them too much out of their comfort zone, don't take it on yourself to push them even further because you need to save their lives. You can't do it anyways. It's not your task. You can be an inspiration for others, and you'll see how that will help them the most. The only difference is that once we do that, once we're not the ones saving them, the dependency is not that big. So that's why we're so scared of it sometimes in the beginning, because we think that subconsciously, well, if that person takes care of themselves, then they won't need me. But you're not supposed to be needed. You're supposed to be appreciated. So I hope that helps, and talk to you next week. Bye.